what's not to love? It's my life.
Way of mine.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Hey, welcome back. Unless you're a first timer. Either way, this is episode two. Okay, dying to do that. I've been excited to do this to the point that there is already a secret episode that I have stashed that I might be a little embarrassed of because I was just too rattly, really hyper. I did it earlier today. Mind you, at the time of this recording, it is 10 p.m. Eastern. I just had dinner, just had a fat old slab of salmon. Jamming. But I'm glad to be back. I make it sound like I took a vacation. You know, last episode I recorded on a Sunday morning, nearly afternoon. It was like 10 a.m. or something. But I remember waking up and just feeling good. Took a shower, came back, sat down, bam, just yappity yapped. You know what I mean? This time, man, I had taken notes. I had notes, and I had a friend, my friend Mark. What's up, Mark? High five. He offered a piece of what do you call it? It's not advice per se, but he just wanted me to touch back on the bully stuff, and we probably will. I say probably because earlier today, as I said, I already spoke to myself for like another 45 minutes, and I played it back and just wasn't too satisfied. A part of me wants to just say, hey, fuck it, man. It is what it is. Put it out there anyway. But then again, I have the power to say no thank you and, you know, work on it. So that's where we are. How are you doing? Hope you're good. Episode is called Sophomore. Obvious reasons. Unless you're right over your head, you know? Unless just don't get it. Yeah, you saw a full moon yesterday. If you were outside looking up at the sky, that was pretty. Big sucker for the moon. Too cold for me to really go out right now and enjoy the balcony much. Plus, that was normally my habit when I was smoking a lot. I've drastically cut down smoking to not smoking at all. Various reasons. One being kind of tired of having to go to a middle guy to get to the guy. And also not really comfortable talking to the guy because I don't know the guy. So I need to use a middle guy, which, you know, by association, I'm tired of. So there's that. Plus, maybe it's COVID stress. Maybe I'm just getting old, you know, just shit health. Just thought I'd try to protect my teeth a little longer. And this miserable feeling in my chest that I've had since last summer. Yes, a whole year nearly went by. A whole year went by almost. I was joking with myself, because that's the kind of thing I do. I was joking with myself, wondering, would people really be object to moving New Year to like March? Then I was worried that might be like too dark of a joke. But you know, I know. Keep thinking, you know. I'm talking to myself. That's what I'm doing. Talking to myself. Roll, baby. But I've made mental notes to myself about just trying to move forward with this in a calm manner, if that's possible. I wanted to bring up the energy. If you ever get to that quote unquote lost episode, if I ever drop that, I definitely tried to come in hot and I was just everywhere. Crazy. Excitement can really get the best of you. I'd like you to be able to hear the words I speak and not get lost in mumbling or just the mumble jumble, kind of like these thoughts. So, about getting old, I fell asleep on the floor the other day by mistake. That's always fun. It's not anywhere like when I was a kid. Not even close. I fell asleep with my legs crossed. When I was a kid, they'd call it Indian style. Forgive me, I don't know what the proper terminology would be now. I guess I can just say I sat with my legs crossed, right? Fucking idiot. And I knew I was tired, so I'm sitting with my back to my bed. My bed, my mattress, my mattress. How do you say mattresses? Plural mattresses. My bed. My bed. My bed was my backboard? Support. I leaned on it. I sat back, bro. And my legs are crossed. And I knew I was falling asleep. And I was pigging out. I was probably eating a bunch of pretzels or something. I don't know, just... Yeah. It's one of those... Well, what do you call it? I had itis, a little coma, a little food coma. And I'm ready to nod out, and instead of getting up like a responsible adult, I fall forward. And not fall like I headbutted the floor. I mean, I literally just gave up and leaned forward into my own lap. Don't do that. Anyway, I leaned forward into my lap and fell asleep like that. Knowing this is gonna hurt. And fuck did it did, dude. I woke up already knowing for my back. Oh my god, my back's been killing me for days, and it could be because of this. Or I'm just a fucking Aunt Annie's twisted pretzel, naturally. My spine feels like it is getting wrung out like a wet towel. So I wake up, I sit up, and I know my legs are jacked. And in some sad, submissive, God help me, I can't get up, I just fall over to my left and try to unwrap my legs because they feel like they were bonded. Whatever little feeling I did have. And it just, oh. You know, you ever have a leg, that's me, this is me getting excited, I'm backhanding my palm, not fapping. But you ever have like a leg fall asleep on the toilet? Pooping? Ass cheek? Anything? Just me? Mind you, poo-poo time for me, it's super chill time. There's 2 times to chill. Poo-poo time and shower time. Super duper chilly times. I probably... yeah. Excuse me. I was gonna say I probably feel the most relaxed during these 2 times. Other than, alright, let's keep it clean. Let's keep it clean. Let's keep it clean. Rewind. And go. Alright, so I probably feel the most relaxed during these 2 times. Especially during the shower. Usually the most clarity. Usually not in control of it either. It just sort of feels like sifting through the recycle bin of the day. Or the day prior. Whatever. Just seems to just... Things clear. My mind. I wash my mind in the shower. Things work out. And then you forget them like 2 minutes later. So one of the worst things, I'm all over the place, is when you're in the shower. I don't know about you, again, I tend to listen to podcasts or have music on or something. And if you got to reach out to maybe note down a thought, worst. So, you know, just wing it like we always do. Just go on with your day and try to survive. So we're on the floor. Me and my dead legs. Just one of those, I just can't get up. I'm done. I woke up to die. I unwrap my legs and I try to straighten them out. I'm laying there for about another 5 minutes, knowing I could definitely fall asleep again right here. We got to get up. And I move my eventual not so paralyzed ass to the mattress and fall asleep. That's my night. Point is, I'm old. Get off the fucking floor, bro. My knees are jacked. My legs are jacked. I miss running. All over. So, where were we anyway? I feel like there's something in there I was going to say that I just tried to stop myself really hard from just falling down into the hole of... What? Yeah. This is me trying to remember. See, now if I had like a professional producer or maybe like a co-host of some kind, this is where a pause button would be hit, or you know, it'd be someone else using their thoughts to fill the void instead of me spacing out my words like this. Taking my sweet time. Excuse me. I'm gonna grab a drink, so tag along for this ride really quick. I've gotten into the habit of freezing Gatorades. I don't know if I mentioned that before. 1 second. Oh, it's fucking delicious. So, remember I mentioned my teeth earlier, not smoking and stuff? I've been trying to deviate away from acidic drinks. Really, really tough. I realized how many items there are. Items? How many things go in my mouth that are acidic, whether they're drinks or food. It's tough. Fuck, it's hard. And I don't know. I feel like someone out there is gonna be like, "Hey, get Sensodyne." I have like 18 tubes of Sensodyne in the bathroom. Go fuck yourself. I know. Or go to a dentist. Shut up. So sorry, I didn't mean that. I'm sorry. Forgive me. But I've been drinking way more water. Go me. And I just been craving more sugar now. So instead of having these acidic non-sugar drinks, say like a sugar-free Red Bull or a sugar-free Monster, usually they're all caffeinated, right? Sugar-free, whatever the hell. I've gone an even worse route, and now I've gotten sugar-full juices and stuff, like these Tropicana like smoothie dealies, and these Gatorades. Currently, strawberry lemonade. High five. And even as a kid, I just love grabbing. I'm making it. My hands are in the air right now, like Gatorades are just a pair of tits, and I just like freezing them like slushies. It's the bomb, super the bomb. Mind you, before this habit started, I was already drowning in popsicles, like legit spending practically almost $15 a week on strawberry, coconut, grape, pineapple popsicles. Just a fruity, legit. Are they legit? They're legit to me. You want a photo? I can hook you up later. Speaking of photos, so as you know, right now, this podcast, this recording, this it's audio only, right? I am considering popping up images. I'm considering video. It's not too much work for me to go out of my way and edit that and make it happen and such. It's just a matter of doing it. You know, that's what I got for that. I feel like I just completely spun myself off away from talking about fruits and being old and teeth. Teeth? I got the teeth part covered, right? Yep. Wowzers. So, what can I touch on from last week that I mentioned I would bring up? Speaking of photos, I did say last time that I spoke to myself. Did you hear that? That's my air freshener. Sounds like a sneeze, like a kitty sneeze. Anyway, I mentioned before that I had saved a bunch of posts and images from Instagram because I was digging for material, to discuss. And a part of me does worry that perhaps I did this too soon. I did want to try my best to wait an entire week and come back next Sunday and just try to recreate whatever it was that hit me. Fuck it. I was excited. Here we are. So about those Instagram photos and such, not happening. Not happening. Maybe if I make like a little side blog or something, or an actual completely separate Instagram, a whole separate Twitter, or a separate account entirely for this, and then I can detail what it is, and why, and such. I think that'd be helpful, right? Yeah. Other than that, I did want to touch on the name of this podcast. I completely did not tell anyone why I lied. I told one person why I called it this. Yeah. One person. Don't even know if they're listening. But the name of this pod, if anyone wonders, it's called Falling in Love. It can mean many things. Use your imagination. But as far as its origins, this came from me listening to a Whitney Cummings podcast, and her guest at the time was Lex Friedman. So Whitney Cummings is a comedian, and she's great. I love her. She's funny. She's goofy. She's an attention whore. She's gorgeous if she's not drowning in 30 pounds of makeup. Still love her. And Lex Friedman is an engineer, develops AI software, I believe. And you ever see those videos online on wherever there's a video, and you see these AI robot dogs and such? I'm pretty sure he's got a hand in that. Pretty damn sure he's got a hand in it. But I love Lex. Lex is a monotone, genius, savvy motherfucker. He's Russian. Fucking great guy. Love that guy. So they're having a discussion. Well, rather, Whitney is digressing. Is digressing the way to? Is that the right word? Whitney is communicating to Lex about being a comedian, especially a woman comedian, and the power dynamic. You know, she's a woman in typically a male's world as far as being a comedian, or so at the time for her. Maybe it is still that way. Whatever. All due respect to women, I'm not trying to just shit on you real quick. All right, white knight status out of the way. So at some point, she discusses the process of being on stage and communicating with people you don't know for the most part. And I'm gonna butcher this. She says something along the lines of, you know, we're all looking for love. We're all looking for love, and I'm up here trying to make you fall in love with me. Trying to make you fall in love, and it's communication, and you're trying to hit well, professionalism out the window too. She's trying to hit the right notes. You're trying to register with people. You know, you're making them laugh. You're trying to connect. You're trying to hypnotize them, and it's a matter of falling in love. Whether it's the voice, the mannerisms, you get the gist, yeah. And that stuck with me big time. Really stuck with me at the moment. This is like literally 2 weeks ago. This is all pretty fresh. So let's say I heard the pod. A week later, I recorded the pod. 2 weeks later, we're here. Me trying in my flailing ass way to let you know what's up. And I loved it. Like I did. I believed it and I agree. Granted, I'm not a comedian. I'm not on stage. You know, I'm not making eye contact with people. All that stuff. But I love the idea that she was trying to put out there to try to help Lex explain how she compartmentalizes this process. And again, I agree. You know, you talk to people, strangers or not, but it's all relationships, really. I babbled a whole bunch about relationships last pod, if you want to hear that. Choppy chop. It's just a lot of everyone, right? For the most part, wants to be understood. And with understanding comes time and yada yada. Excuse me for just shooing that. It's just, you know, kind of, it brings my energy down. So that's what I took it as. Yes, I agree with her. Yes, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing to you. That's what I'm doing for a stranger. That's what strangers do for me. That's what I've realized is happening between myself and my friends and family, really. Perhaps you would switch the words and say you're understanding how to love them and love yourself. It's no different than falling in love. And that's where we are. We're here. So that's the reason for the pod. I don't know. I love it, and it's true. And perhaps my heart is only crying from the inside, and it comes out to you in these words. Maybe I'm just really lonely, right? So I haven't been out for a fucking year, which is okay. I don't mind being a hermit. I do mind being lonely. You can only masturbate for so long and not want to throw your own dick out the window. I wouldn't do that. I'd have a rope on it and bring it right back. But just saying, you know, looking for love, falling in love, learning to love myself. You accept things, you move on, you know? It is what it is. You make the best of who you are and your situation. And don't you think that you're a piece of shit, because many people out there think you're awesome. I said something else in there that I lost a bit. It was about, I think I said something about eye contact, right? Somewhere in that bibble babble. And again, I mentioned COVID. I don't know if I already said that really bad joke about New Year moving to March. Did I? You guys catch that? Maybe, maybe not. So I do miss FaceTime with people, not the app. Fuck's sake, talking about legitimate, you know. And naturally, so now it's like, well, do I have to go out? Should I? I think when you're in the moment, it doesn't matter really, unless your partner or your friends or whoever it is in complete super outer goer. I know there's many people out there who, and people I know, in fact, hey, what's up if you're here, who go to work every day. You know, I live with an uncle. He goes to work every day. It is what it is. Vaccine or not, doesn't matter. You know, life moves on. TikTok on the clock, bitch. But I miss it. I'm in no way doubting that I am complacent. Just chilling. You know, trying to be productive. My Twitch streaming has drastically reduced. Then again, that's another story I can get into. I want to upgrade my computer in particular ways, but that's not to be discussed now, so I'll leave that as it is. And texting. Wow, what an exhausting thing, huh? What an easy way to be misunderstood. Texting blows. But when it goes good, it's lovely. It's still nowhere near the same as being with someone. Maybe my heart is crying. So, whatevs. Happy New Year. I'll get to that. March. Yo, March, we're having a fucking... No, we're not. No, we're not. Abandon that thought. We're not going to have New Year's in March. Maybe we will. Maybe I'll just say Happy New Year's, and whoever heard this, or whoever can interpret it cleverly, whoever is, whatever, we'll just see what happens, you know? With that said, all of that, caca, I hope you guys are good. If you have COVID, or if you know someone with, anyone's passed around you, if friends, family, you know, sucks a big wee-wee. So, much love to you. Please don't hate me for my low-grade jokes. But I would like to go out because just something's missing, and something's kind of sparking at the same time, you know? There's those times where things just, much like the first episode I did, I mentioned like how it just kind of called to me. Sometimes things just call to you, and I get these feelings every now and then. Not to get too hippy dippy, but yeah, something's calling. So whatever it is, hey universe, I'm in, bro. And while I said that, let me drop a quote. There's this quote that I love, of one of many. I heard it from Duncan Trussell. Duncan Trussell quoted someone else. I cannot recall who. I do have the record of who said it. It's just somewhere buried in my phone, and we're not going to look through my phone right now because extreme high distraction. But the quote is, "The universe is your lover, and it speaks to you through circumstance." That's all, you know? Chill out. Nobody's hating you, hopefully. Nobody's trying to fuck you over. Unless you're being a shithead. We're not going to get into karma talk, so outside of all that, yo, let's rewind. Let's talk about, so after last episode was posted, I reached out to my friends on Instagram. That's the only place I've posted anything about this, so thank you for, again, if you came here because of that, or if you came here because someone on there told you, hey, check it out, thank you very much. All right, enough of the fucking thank yous. So I had asked, what is there anything anyone would like to comment, ask me, or you know, just would like me to expand upon? And one of the things was the bully from my childhood who hit me with a dictionary. That is a true story. I did get whacked with a dictionary. One of those fat. So I'm in New York, and the elementary. Also, another correction. Excuse me. That story I had mentioned was in elementary school. It was not. It was junior high. It was junior high. I don't know which grade year of junior high. Junior high being 5th to 8th grade, I believe. Yeah, at the time, 5th to 8th grade. I forget which grade it was, but that's a legit story, and it was a fat textbook, bro. It looked like an encyclopedia. I remember the cover is red. The cover was red. Legit. Just a thick boy. And yes, my head did legitimately hit the table, like right on the edge. Whatever. It wasn't bleeding. I don't know. I don't remember my mom asking me, like, what's that mark on my face? I guess I never had one, but it happened. So, moving forward, the bully's name, which I don't care to share it, is his name was Joseph. And if for some bizarre reason you're listening to this, you're a fuckface. So, he was he was a fuckface. He tortured a few kids, some of which were some of which I was a friend of, right? We were friends. Friends of mine were harassed by him as well. There we go. That's English game swag. So, there's a few stories with this kid, man. Some are quick, some you'll probably wonder, like, what else happened? Nothing, really. A few come to mind, and one of them was, so in this junior high, it was about 4 floors, maybe 5, including the basement. But on the floor I was on at this time, and I also believe each floor was separated by grade. I could be wrong. I think, the second floor is a certain grade, third floor is a certain grade, and whatever. So on these floors, each level, whatever, there were clusters of classes. So you can enter, let's say, I'm just going to make up some numbers and letters here. You enter cluster A, and when you walk into cluster A, there are 4 more rooms. So it can be classroom 1, 2, 3, 4 within cluster A. Further down the hallway, let's say it's cluster B with another 4 rooms. Every now and then there were some rooms that were completely separate. They were their own classes. But excuse me, I got distracted. I'm within a classroom, within a cluster at this time, and I was often removed from class, whether it's for laughing or, I don't know, I guess just talking to people, whatever. Even throughout high school, just constantly ejected from classrooms. Dude, in elementary school, look at this, way out, let's rewind. I legit got the soap mouthwash treatment, I don't know if you guys ever had to deal with that when teachers or parents would threaten to wash your mouth out with soap. It happened. Maybe as a child, the process of seeing water and soap, and you're a kid, so, you're fearful of, what's the word I'm looking for here? Authority? Especially authority that's against you, if you're in trouble. But I remember that a hand of soapy water and me just being in front of a sink, that's kind of it. Maybe it was blanked out, I don't know, but that totally happened. Maybe it was a dream and I'm making this all up. Maybe I'm not even real. So, back to the cluster. I was ejected, and I'm sitting outside the cluster, and I know lunch is coming up soon. So, the classroom door is also closed to avoid further distracting the students in the class. So I'm in a cluster like a douchebag, just standing around, and I know lunch is coming. I don't really care. I don't even eat lunch. Don't know if you guys ever ate school lunch. I would eat the pizzas. Still love pizza to this day. I'd eat the pizzas, maybe a beef patty once in a while. Hot dogs were a little sketchy. They were delicious, but sketchy. Wasn't a big fan. You heard that? Wasn't a big fan of anything else. Can't remember anything else sticking out. Well, dude, hit me. You tell me what your favorite lunch food was, huh? So I'm waiting, and oh yeah, fuck milk. Didn't drink the milk either. No, any of it. White chocolate. I called it white. Didn't drink it. Don't give a fuck about milk. And I do this thing where, when you're just, things get quiet, and my curiosity arose, and I go to put my ear to the door to listen. Before I know it, the door burst open. Just fucking, poof. I fall back. It was Joseph pushing one of the larger kids in the classroom that I can remember, whose name was Julio. And Julio fell on my leg. It sucked. Super sucked. So I'm on the floor. It's kids don't give a fuck. Everyone's moving, hustling. I think Julio asked me if I'm alright, but Julio gets up and keeps moving. Everyone rolls out. And that's it. That's just where I am. That's the story. I just got up and limped and went to lunch. Yeah. So you waited all that time for that. Another story is this one. All right, we'll save that one. Story 2 was in the gym. You're gonna learn a lot about me. Yeah, you're gonna learn about you are going to learn a lot about me here, in little ways. So I wasn't really big into gym. Something about changing clothes in front of people. Didn't like the locker room vibe. Never really connected much with anyone as a kid. Newsflash. And I would sit out a lot. I legit failed gym. I even failed gym in high school. So, yeah, go me. This one particular day, we're sitting on the bleachers. Me, Joseph, another friend of mine named Maurice. And Maurice, at the time that I can remember, was a great kid, wore glasses. I don't remember his face too clearly. I remember his hairstyle. He wore a lot of plaid button shirts. I don't remember his pants at all. But he was dressed clean. Is that right? Is that an appropriate way to put it? Clean, proper, I'm here for my education type of child. And Maurice was being bullied by Joseph. I don't know what happened here. I don't know how I got this thing in my hand. But at one point, we're getting there, excuse me. At one point, I call out to Joseph to leave him alone. It just really bothered me. Like, even to this day, I don't like seeing people bullied, perhaps because I've been bullied so much. And I called out to him to leave him alone, and it comes down to that typical, like, what are you gonna do about a white boy? And God, don't know how I got there. Don't know if it was mine or his. I grabbed a shoe. I wanted to say a boot. I really feel like it was a boot. Mind you, we're kids, so this isn't a fucking size 12 Timberland boot. But for the sake of not embellishing this too hard, it was a shoe. Let's just say it was a shoe. I grabbed a shoe near me, not a heel. All right, it's a boy's shoe. Fuck's sake. And I just whacked him over the face. Just slapped him with the shoe. From what I can remember, I think I ran to the gym teacher. You know, this kid wanted to kill me. I complained. He was chasing me. They don't give a fuck. Go back to the bleachers. And it is what it was. I really don't know what happened. Probably something else that I blacked out or completely made up. Who knows? So that's another weird one. I hope Maurice is doing all right. Joseph, go fuck yourself. One of the other more traumatic stories is so there's this other kid. I do remember these names. These names are legit. These names are legit. We were leaving school one day, and we were being routed to a different exit than usual. Not a fan of that. I hated that. And this was not the day to go to a different route. And we're going down the stairs, and how did you go downstairs? You like bunny hop? You run really fast? You skip steps? I'm a quick, I'm gonna, can I make the sound? I'm a quick, you know? I just kind of keep scooting my ass down, and usually bunny hop at the bottom. I probably still do it to this day. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll bookmark that, and we'll see if I still do that. But we're heading down the stairs, and this other kid next to me, his name's Raymond. I remember, Raymond, you're probably in jail. I hope you're not. I hope you're alive. But Raymond, hey. Raymond grew up in the same building as me, which I did not know until I was much older as an adult. And it turns out his mom and my mom were friends, and it turns out Raymond did go to jail as a teenager. I just never followed up on that. So me and Raymond are next to each other, and he says, do you know Joseph has a gun in his backpack? Huh? And he follows up by saying, he said he's gonna shoot you. Yeah, so I clearly am scared. I want to get the fuck out of here and get to my family or my grandma's place as fast as possible. Also, one of those things where when you're bullied as a kid, you don't really tell people these things. Builds and builds and builds. And that leads to my high school years, which I guess I can get to right after this. So that happens. I'm freaked out. I don't know if it's true or not, but Joseph is a fuckboy, and I want to bail and run. As soon as I leave the school, I recall running, but now we're leaving from a different exit, which makes it I am on the opposite end of the block compared to where I usually exit from. I've got to make 2 lefts or 2 rights to get back to my grandma. And I just recall running. Just running scared. That's it. I don't know. I'm shrugging right now because there's really no follow-up to that. Just weird psychological fucking weirdness, man. So that was junior high. If we fast forward to high school now, I had a lot of acne as a child, all over my nose. My nose was super acneed up, man. I remember having like pimples on my cheek and stuff. If you're disgusted by that, well, whatever. I just talked about fucking throwing my dick out a window like 5 minutes ago. So, I had a lot of acne and I had really long hair, and I was a dirty boy, dirty boy. And in high school, I had long hair, and I went to Alfred E. Smith in the Bronx. And no, I'm lying. I did. Excuse me. I was gonna mention William H. Taft, which I did go to as well. There's a reason why I went to Taft, but first it was Alfred E. Smith. Smith in my family was like, I guess, the go-to school. I don't know. I had maybe 2 uncles go there. My sister went there, the sister I grew up with. I have 2 sisters, one I grew up with, one I did not. And Smith was a vocational school where you can learn carpentry and auto mechanics and such. I was enrolled in auto class. I came away, as of this point today, with... I probably know how to change a wheel on a car. That's about it. I know how to change a tire. You know, there was like a star method. If you know more about me than cars, feel free to correct me or just skip ahead. But there was like a star method to unscrewing the are they bolts? They're not bolts. Whatever. I'm pretty sure I can take off a fucking wheel from a car. Big career right there. So in this school though, I was bullied a lot for having long hair, and I was just a greasy, dirty kid, I guess. I'm pretty sure I wore baggy clothes, and I say that because we're gonna skip ahead some more. In my later teen years, when I started traveling around and meeting friends from the internet, danger, there's photos of me, which I have saved on a very old MySpace. And my clothes are so baggy. I'm wearing like 2 shirt sizes bigger than I should be. So baggy, so bizarre. Life. 90s. Man, but back to junior high. Long hair and all that stuff, and I got bullied a lot. And I remember being in a classroom. I don't remember what class, but I know there was this kid next to me. And he had commented me at some point he's a senior. For the most part, mind you, I am completely checked out. Mentally completely checked out. I'm not on any medication. I don't know what it is or what it was. I am not connected to anyone. Absolutely, completely checked out. And this kid next to me who claims to be a senior was friendly, and I remember him making small talk and a few jokes, and of course I'd get in trouble. I feel like throughout in my entire school life, I got in trouble very often for being alive, right? And this particular day, there's I think he was a freshman to my right, the far right of the classroom. I was on the back left, he was on the back right, and he was throwing paper at me. And there's these moments I assume at least everyone has once in their life. I don't want to say you black out, but the switch gets flipped and it's just fuck it. Like, it's my cup is full, you broke my bubble, like I gotta go off. And I throw the paper back and it quickly becomes a challenge, I guess. And I remember him walking to I'm still sitting, mind you, and the senior's next to me. The senior, I do recall, is telling me, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. And the kid walks up to me. He's standing in front of my desk. He's like, what are you going to do about it? Pop, hits me with another paper right in the face. I flip into super rage mode. I stand up, my desk flips over. I start screaming and cursing. I'm bitching at the teacher. You know, I yell at her for being witness to this all the time, doing nothing about it. And within a second or so, I know I grabbed the legs of the table, which, mind you, is tipped over at this point because I stood up and it flopped over. Grab the legs that are facing me, and I go to throw it. The target was the other kid, of course. From what I recall and was told afterwards, it didn't hit the kid, it hit the teacher in the legs. The teacher walked over to the other child, bully. The bully was protected. Go figure. But I blow up, I let off, and I just walk out. I walk out, and I remember on the way out seeing security. And like, no one stopped me or asked me what's up. What killed me more is I remember security making fun of me occasionally and asking who's that girl because I had long hair. Yeah, people are assholes, you know? So there's that. That's Alfred E. Smith in a little bit of a nutshell. As for how I ended up in Taft, well, what do you know? There's a story for that too. So, whew, we are rocking it right now. Not editing any of that shit out, and I probably should. Taft, so I stayed home. My mom was contacted after the table throwing thing. And I believe the threat of the teacher threatened to press charges, I believe. Lucky for me, like I said, my uncles had gone to the school as well. And it turns out one of my younger uncles, who I'm very close with, he happened to be very close with the staff members at this school. I don't know, popular, whatever, but he was known. And he had already graduated. So upon being called for all this, you know, come back in, sign papers or whatever, and they're deliberating on how to handle me, he comes in with my mother, and it all gets talked down. You know, there's no charges pressed and stuff. But I'm expelled. I'm out of the school. It felt like a month that I sat at home. Don't really know if it was. I have no idea. But before I knew it, I was now set to go to Taft, which at the time, growing up, I was often told is the worst high school in the Bronx. I mean, I've heard of like stabbings and stuff, even at Smith, the school that I was just expelled from. You know, at the time, like gangs have always been a thing, but at the time, like this is when like news of the Bloods were constantly on the news. You know, and Halloween was, I guess it still is freaky, but it's like common news that like on Halloween people would get slashed for initiations, and it's just weird. I'm aware of this. I'm a little scared, but again, for whatever, most of the reason, just I'm mostly checked out. I'm also not a big fan of taking school buses or public transportation at all as a child. I would walk everywhere. Sound familiar? You know? And so I'd walk I lived about 2 or 3 blocks away from Yankee Stadium on 167th Street. 167th Street and Girard, I believe. And if that's not 167 and Girard, whatever. I was on Girard, and 167 was like right there. Maybe it wasn't 164. Anyway, I'm there. I'm very close to Yankee Stadium on Girard Avenue. So I walk from there onto the concourse. It's a block away. It's a big hill. You go up the hill and you walk down this long concourse, and I'd walk all the way past 170th Street, and I'd keep walking and end up going to Taft. And what a shithole. Granted, no one bothered me here. Nobody talked to me. Nobody bothered me. The only thing that I was called was Columbine Boy. Now, I forget what year exactly Columbine happened, but if you want to hop on your Google machine and search up Columbine, it was a horrible school shooting that happened in Colorado, I believe, many years ago, and it was insane. Allegedly inspired by The Matrix. If you've seen the first Matrix movie, there is a pretty dope cinematic gunfight that happens in a lobby of a building. and they're all dressed in trench coats. The characters are dressed in trench coats, and maybe it's a media spin-off of bullshit, whatever. But whatever. I'm not the expert on the subject. I'm just giving you, the associative links here. So I was called Columbine Boy. Nobody fucked with me. White boy, Columbine boy, and that was about it. Nobody ever bothered me. But classes were just as garbage. Often finding myself outside constantly. Dude, what is up? What did I miss? Like, how much was deleted from my memory? Really? Whether it's my own ignorance or trauma, I don't know. Just a lot of it just gone. But I do know I was constantly ejected from class. Again, laughing, talking, whatever. And again, there were other motherfuckers that were worse. Like, I'm 1,000% sure of that. So I don't know if it's just some submissive nature thing or they pick on the easy target, but never did any better. In fact, I had a math teacher. I can't remember her name. I remember her visual. Short, white woman, perhaps Jew. Ooh, I think she was Jewish. I'll tell you why. So short, stout. Is stout a good word? Like the Red Stripe bottle. A bit of a curly hair, wore some glasses. She taught our math class. And my God, was she harassed. Constantly harassed. It was the worst. But I was picked on for whatever fucking reason. And I also don't know why I asked her this. But one day, in some temper-filled whatever spat that I had after getting kicked out for the fucking God knows how many of time, I don't know why I asked her, "Are you Jewish?" And she blew up on me. Exploded. That's all I got for that. So also, I do recall after that, not the same exact day, like this could be days later, it could be weeks later, I don't know. But I do recall she exploded on the class as well, completely snapped, and we had a substitute for a while. Like, it's just disgusting, toxic, pathetic. Not her, sorry, just the environment, it's a shame. To the point that I wouldn't even, go to school. I detailed the walk earlier. There were points where I'd make it to at least 170th Street, which sounds like 3 blocks based on me saying 167 earlier is where I lived. I don't remember if it was 167 or 164, whatever. But I'd walk to 170th, maybe a little past, and I would just turn back around, go home, and play video games all day. I'd sit at my computer, I'd load up. Was PlayStation out yet? I don't know. But I know I'd go home and just play video games. I mean, someone had to know. I don't recall ever being called out on it. I'm guessing my mom may have gotten calls, maybe, but that's another onion to unwrap. My relationship with my mom. It's not the greatest, and it is not her fault. Just an angry, confused kid, So there's that. Yeah, junior high, high school, fucking sucked. I am a high school dropout. Yes, I have my GED. Did you ask? No, but whatever. For is this bragging? I don't know. For what it's worth, as I'm doing quotation marks, as easy as a GED was, or assumed to be, and who don't know how much I can always share on here because I have stories and I don't know who's listening, but there, fuck it, right? Years had passed. My ears are ringing. I feel like I have a spidey sense. My ears ring, like someone's being too nosy or talking about me. But yeah, I did drop out, and years passed, and I remember taking my GED years later, while living with my father, and I was told, not by my father, that the GED is much harder than it seems because, mind you, the person who's telling me this says they had taken it about 3 times. Huh? Whatever, man. My weakest point and my only concern was mathematics. Just not a fan of numbers. Not a fan of number riddles. That's really all it is to me, number riddles. I know there is, it's funny that I use the word science to describe math, but I know measurements and There's a rule to this world. I get that. But fuck your number riddles. Just extreme weak point of mine. Can't do math. But I head into this GED place on, let's give you more hot points, Moshulu Parkway. And it's a community center out there. And I'm in there and I get fast tracked hard, man. That was a good feeling. That was a nice buff of confidence there. That when I came in and I connected right away with the right person. This good relationship, really positive, encouraging. And they were confused. Like, why are you here? And I remember asking, how soon can I take the exam? Someone dropped out of a spot, allegedly. I took their spot, and within a month or less, in and out. Just nailed it. The fuck out of here. So, I didn't waste my brain entirely, I guess. But that's that. That's my few footnotes of my childhood / teenage years of being bullied and going through the school system. And here we are, left with a big old blob of silence. Wow, at least we're going longer than before. We're at the 50-minute mark. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna swipe up to my notes and see what I can grab out of my ass real quick. And if I can't, I will bid you adieu. So, I will tell you this. Apparently I'm really craving Twix. It's because my uncle has Twix bars in the living room, and I walk by every time, and I want it. Does anyone order onion rings from the Chinese place, or just me? What is your favorite Chinese order? I really want to say that outside of chicken wings and French fries, that might be the most popular order, but I'm a big General Tso combination whore with the pork fried rice. I did not do that. I did not do that. Anyway, and beef lo mein's dope, and this is my Tinder profile. And you ever heard of Singapore Mei Fun? I believe that's how you say it. It was put on to me by a friend, and it's basically ramen without all the water. Sure, it's got a bit of the taste retained, or the taste it retains the taste. Fucking English, bro. But it's pretty much ramen noodles, and it's mixed with baby shrimp and some peppers and stuff. It's pretty delicious. Check it out. A little pricey though compared to everything else. And what else? I have a note here that says thirst traps suck. Thirst traps suck. It speaks for itself. If you're knowingly putting out thirst traps, go fuck yourself. I'm probably aware of it too. And if I don't talk to your bitch ass for putting out thirst traps, because I know you're being a fucking thirst trappy ass motherfucker, bro. Stop being a dumb hoe. But it feels nice. I get it. You feel good. All right, cool, whatever. Fucking fuck face. What else did I put here? Dreams. Maybe next time. I got shot in a dream. Sorry to leave you with just that, but I got shot in a dream recently, and the details lost, you know? I'm not sure about you when you have dreams. Like, I don't think there's many people out there who wake up right away and start writing it down. I used to wake up from dope dreams, horrifying or not, and start texting myself or texting a friend right away the details. I love analyzing dreams. I'm the type of person to hop on Google right away. And I'm burping, sorry. I'm the type of person to hop on Google right away and look up, what does this mean? And every fucking definition possible, and start overanalyzing pieces, and without being too biased, associating, you know, what seemingly makes the most sense, without trying to live my day by it. And that's a lie, because sometimes there might be a dream where it could imply that I need to be avoidant of a particular person or situation, and I assure you, I try my best to do that. And it usually works out, such as most things do when you believe in yourself. I'm a sucker for horoscopes too. I haven't read mine for about 3 to 4 days now, on purpose. I do enjoy them, but I'm just trying to, you know, I love a guide. I love a guide. Maybe I said that too fast. I love a guide that can help you, assuming it's for the better, but living by a rule that wasn't exactly, I guess, put to the test and you know, all the trials and errors and formulated by me. It's not really my thing. I kind of you gotta fuck up on your own. Oh, that plot holes. Anyway, so about dreaming, right? I'm getting shot. I totally just left that alone. I forget what the hell what was going on here, where I was. Again, I forgot a lot of the details, but I know I'm walking somewhere and it's dark and it's definitely a street. I'm not walking on the street, I'm on a sidewalk, but it's down a street. And someone calls to me and I turn around and we're about face to face. I'm kind of confused. I really want to go. That internal feeling of like, what do you want? I'm only responding to you out of courtesy and because it's natural. But my God, do I just want to escape, eject, eject, eject. And bang. I mean, I don't know I'm hit right away. Just feel it. And I know I fall down. And it tripped me out even more because in my real woke life, I just have this discomfort, you know, referring back to COVID, the COVID year and shit. Whether it's stress, poor diet, haven't gone out much, you know, I haven't ran much anymore. I really haven't ran for about months. Let's just say months. I haven't ran for about 3 to 4 months maybe outside. I don't have a treadmill, you know. I barely work out at home anymore. I've done nothing. Like, I'm not super bloated here, but I am aging, and I do detail it as just deterioration. It's natural. I'm deteriorating. And there's this discomfort I've had since like last summer, which is also another reason why I stopped smoking. Like pressure in my chest, and I have poor posture, so I hunch forward sometimes, and it bothers me more. Again, my back hurts, like I mentioned earlier. I just feel like a goddamn rotini. I try hard to pay mind to it. No matter what, though, it just paying mind to it's not gonna do enough. You gotta move. You gotta stretch. You gotta watch what you eat. You know, there's inflammation inside. Yeah. So, in the dream, getting quote unquote shot and remembering that feeling in my waking life, it was all similar in the same zone, and it sucked. Fucking sucked. Lights go out, you know? Everything's black. Dreams, interesting. Very interesting things they are. And I know I'm starting to wake in the dream, mind you. We're still there. You know, I'm starting to wake and I'm hearing noise, you know, sirens, whoop, whoop, whatever. Ugh, wish I didn't do that. And I know I hear noise and I start to see forearms. You know, someone's working on me. And as my eyes open up and I look up, and it's a medic, right? Let's just say a paramedic. And I wake up to look at this person. I try to speak, and I say, "This is totally not the best time, but you are so pretty." And then I wake up because I'm a fucking idiot. So that's my most recent dream I recall. And here we are. Yo, again, thanks for listening. My God. I do believe that was a lot better than my lost recording that will sit in my draft folder for ages now. Have a good day. Have a good night. All of that, you know. If I don't come back for a week, have a fucking sweet week. Take care of yourself. Love you guys. Peace out. Bye-bye.